Okay, this is from reddit.com, posted 5 days ago. I finally found out who's harassing me. Trigger warning, so just be careful, there's triggering content. For months, and I mean months, I've had missionaries showing up to my house all days of the week, all hours of the day. Sounds like harassment. I don't live in town, I'm very rural, and live in a forest. Right there, I already know what my answer would be, but I can't say it here. It's a half-hour drive to get me from the nearest anything. Suddenly having a bunch of people knocking on my door who knew my name. You guys wonder if they're kids? Are they child missionaries? Who knew my name was very freaky. Even though the missionaries were very nice, it was a scary situation, especially when some car I don't know sits in my driveway for like a half an hour before they come knock on the door. You guys know times have changed, right? Then it started with the mail. Religious books of all denominations start flooding my mailbox. Over 50 pounds. That's a good burn of it all together so far. And I really start to get worried. We're living in different times now. I start to wonder if it's a threat. Is someone telling me to get right with God before they K me? I'm sorry, guys. You guys know I was raised in the country, right? Then yesterday, of all people, the Church of Scientology contacts me regarding my interest in their church. And I explained very nicely to the lady that it wasn't me. Someone has my information and is using various churches to harass me. Guess who very much didn't like being used that way and who was quite unhappy that church resources were being wasted on this nonsense? Of all the people in the world, don't F with the Scientologists, man. They really don't like that. I got thoughts. So they were more than happy to give me the data collected when the form was filled out in my name. And surprise, surprise, there was a second phone number collected besides mine. They were only too happy to pass it on. A quick search finally revealed who's been scaring the S out of me. It's a stripper. What's the deal with Scientology, like being obsessed with strippers and calling women prostitutes? Some weird stuff going on. This doesn't make sense to me. It's a stripper in New Jersey, allegedly. Years ago, we were friends. Okay. I'm a girl too, by the way. And when she moved to Florida, I watched her dog for over a year. When it came time for her to get her dog back, she shows up with 2 elderly cats and 2 fucking chinchillas. And I'm like, what are we going to do with them? You're about to take the dog and get on a bus to Texas. She says we're going to drop them off at a shelter, I guess. But I felt so bad. This is manipulation. I'm like, no, we can't just dump them. They're old. I'll take them and see if they get along with mine. And if they don't, I'll find somewhere safe. She agrees, goes to Texas, gets pregnant, then goes home to Jersey. The cats, who are elderly and bonded, do not like my house at all. There's too much noise, and I have a young child, and they got stressed as hell. So I found a cat sanctuary, not a pound, not a shelter, a sanctuary for elderly cats where they could have the peace and quiet and space they needed. And the sanctuary scanned the cats for a chip and called the stripper's ex-husband because he was still listed as their owner. And turns out he still wanted the cats. I had no idea about any of this until the lady from the sanctuary called me to tell me he drove down from Jersey to get them. I mean, if someone's going to take care of the cats and love them, I mean, the stripper chick is already sounding like she's off. The chinchillas went to a very nice young lady in vet school whose own beloved Chin had recently passed due to old age, and she was more than thrilled to take them from me. Also, dear readers who've made it this far, I was doing all of this while preparing for and then actually receiving a major spinal surgery. 9 hours and a lumbar fusion later, and I was still trying to make sure that these animals were cared for, even if I couldn't do it. It's the stripper lady is screaming narcissist to me already. She's screaming it. So now here we are, at least 2 years away from all that happening, and now she decides to start stalking me. What is wrong with people? Edit to add my conversation with the church, since so many people have questions. So you guys can go check that out. That's crazy. So I will leave a link in the description box. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Like and subscribe if you choose. Peace.